Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all having a great day. I have some walnut right there. I'm trying to build the top of the shelf that we built in last week's video, and I decided on walnut for the top. So now I just need to rip it down on the table saw, but first I'm gonna just half it so it's the right size, so it's easier to work with. So this is just a little bit over 6 feet. I'm gonna cut the one down to 36 exactly. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. I should just half it. Okay, like that. Next thing I have to do is I have to square up the sides because 3 of the faces are done. The one side though is not. So it is uneven all the way through. So this is the pieces all cut up. Every single 12 pieces, I think. I need 14, so I am gonna need another board. And my plan for the pattern is probably something like that. And then this would all be flat and glued really tight. This is gonna look awesome. But since today is probably the best weather we will get for weeks, it's 40 degrees right now. Again, it should be around -20. I'm on a scooter. Later, either today or tomorrow, I'll glue this up though, and I'll show you it in the next video. It was so windy on one of the past few days that there's actually a snowbank right here. It goes all the way around back there. This wasn't new snow, this just blew here. Okay, I'm going somewhere, so let the driving montage commence. So it is now the next day. I could not actually record a montage of driving because it got too dark out. So now I'm gonna record one now, even though it's 7 in the morning, so I'm tired. This one's gonna be pretty relevant to the... Yeah, I'm just gonna... So that montage of driving was us driving to a Craigslist deal that I found on the internet, on Craigslist of course. It was for a drill press. Here it is, that's my foot. That's the drill press. It is 400-ish pounds, it's a Buffalo number 18. So 70, 80 years old-ish, it might be older. It's so old, OSHA didn't exist, I don't think, because it doesn't really have a belt guard. I mean, it kind of has one on the front. Yeah, 175 bucks. I didn't get a great deal, but this is the only one that was for sale in all of Minnesota, so good enough for me. It does run on 3-phase power though, which I don't have 3-phase, so I'm gonna need to get a 1-phase motor that is 3/4 horse and replace this with that. But it's so heavy that I have to disassemble it inside of this pickup bed. So that's gonna be fun. This is the main support column right here. I think it's 1/4 to 3/8 inch steel tube. It's 6 feet long, I would say. Just that alone is gonna be 80 pounds-ish. And everything's cast iron. I think this is cast iron. This is aftermarket. I'm gonna need to get a new one that runs with this rack for the rack and pinion setup. Then I should be able to adjust the height much easier than lifting the 70-pound thing. So I now have a lot of work ahead of me. First thing is disassembly. So after a little bit of persuasion with a hammer, the whole thing is actually mostly disassembled. The base is still connected to the main support column, but the table is off, and the head is right here. This is 70 or 80 pounds, I would guess. This is another 70 or 80. That thing's 50, the motor was 50, and the plate for the motor was probably another 20. So if you want to do the math, you can figure out how much this thing weighs. I can tell you it weighs a lot though. Focus. It did also come with a Jacob's chuck, which would be great, except for it's absolutely horrible. I don't know why. It's probably just that it needs grease and a good blast with some brake clean. I also noticed, this is kind of interesting, the original color I think was red, or it might have been a green under here. I can't decide if I want to paint it green or red, but yeah. I stripped on the head of the drill press as much as I could. This pulley's still here because I can't get this bearing out because there's one bearing right there and one in there. I cannot get either of those out because I don't have anything to press it out with. But everything else is out, including the spring, which is right there. I sprayed down the top with some brake clean to clean it up a little bit, and also took a steel wire brush, started cleaning it a little bit. It looks a little bit better. I'm gonna use the wire brush for most of it though, not the grinder, because it smells horrible with the wire wheel on the grinder. With this, I don't know why, but it's just, it smells really bad. So since I can't do much on this part of the drill press because the bearings and stuff need to be taken out, instead I'm gonna try and remove all the rust on everything that has rust on it. I'm going to use electricity to do it. I really hope this works. So the theory is, so you run electricity through water with some science going on, and then it turns the water into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, and the hydrogen bonds to the ferrous oxide and takes it off or something like that. So what I have is a bucket with an alligator clip on it into a piece of steel. Then the bucket's full of water with calcium carbonate in it to make the water conductive. Then you hook this end to whatever you're trying to get rid of the rust on. You put it in there, and then you plug in the battery charger. I hope I can do this with it functioning and also not electrocuting myself. That'd be ideal. So this is the first part I'm gonna do the rust removal on. So I believe I can just wrap this around here, then drop it in. Now I just need to add power, I think. Let's start at a low amperage, not 10. We're gonna go with 2 amps. I see the bubbles. Oh, the bubbles are also explosive, if I didn't mention that, by the way. So I probably want some good ventilation. Oh, it's working. Okay, that's crazy. The camera probably can't pick it up, but there are little specks of dirt on the top, I think from them falling off. I could be wrong though. You know, let's bump up the amperage, see what happens. Let's go full 10. It's going faster. Now I have to wait. Let's find out if this worked. It's been roughly 30 minutes. I think it's working. I think it needs to be in there for a little bit longer, but let me quick clean it off. I cleaned it off. It has this like iron oxide type finish on it now. So it must convert it into a patina like, because this was covered in rust before. So it clearly worked. And that is what the surface looks like now. Pretty clean. I'm gonna put a few more screws and stuff that need to be de-rusted on there and de-rust them. So this is what they look like before and now for the after. And this is the after. They're much, much cleaner. Focus. Yeah, they're much cleaner. There's a lot less rust. I just hit it with a wire brush after, just to clean off any of the residue, and they all look pretty good. Yeah. The next thing that'll go in there is either the end of the female end of the Morse taper. So this is what actually spins. This end might go in there next because it's got rust all over it. I don't know if that's important or not, but I think the inside has rust, and that is important. And the reason using the, what is it called? I already forgot. The reason why using electricity is so good for taking rust off is it will not take anything off except for rust. Because something about the hydrogen bonds to the ferrous oxide, it then takes it off of the actual metal. Not exactly sure how it works, but it works, as you can see from this piece. So the next thing would be to clean up all this, to clean up all the paint off of the pieces and finish cleaning off the rust. I'm not gonna do either of those in this video though, because I'm out of time to make this video. So I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, share it if you liked it. See ya.